Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen? I'm having some errors this morning. It is Monday, September 13th, 2021, 8:24 a.m. Eastern, 6:24 a.m. Mountain Time. If you are watching this later in the day, you can just fast forward till this says around 6:30. Hey, Roger, Night Truck, Jonathan. Thank you. Thank you, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Chris, thank you for your kind words. I am no longer married to that husband that served in Afghanistan, but I will definitely relay it. We are great friends. He is the father to my son, and it was crazy times having a newborn and a 5-year-old while he was over in Afghanistan serving. But thank you so much for your kind words. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate it. Had a weird morning this morning with YouTube. We were fighting. Perfect. Thank you, Jason. Awesome. Hey, random guy, Patrick. I appreciate you all for joining. I really do. Ernest, Jason, Jonathan, Mid-Ohio. Jonathan, I'm so glad that you liked it. I am really, really honest with my, well, as we all should be, but I should say I'm more transparent with my trading journey and the pain that I experienced throughout the process. I have been so vocal actually with my journey with my children, my adult children, that my daughter does not want to learn how to trade because she's so scared of it. So, or she doesn't want her husband, I should say, because she saw the pain, and I was just so clear with what it takes, and she saw the amount of hours that it took to, I wouldn't say I've mastered the craft, I think that's a big word, but to hone in my skill for sure. If you're interested in my chart setup, it's on the screen right now. I'll clear it out in just a second. I use TradingView to chart, and I use Thinkorswim to trade. I spoke about Tastyworks this weekend with some other traders in the room. I used Tastyworks in the past, and I think their platform is superior as far as options trading, and I know that their commission structure is superior. So it's something I actually moved money there this weekend again. So I'm going to start trading in Tastyworks my larger options trades because they cap the fee at $10. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. It's a odd day. I guess every trading day has, we just wake up and it's like somebody throws all the puzzle pieces on the floor. That's what I feel like every morning when I wake up. Like I wake up to 500 puzzle pieces on the floor, and I have to figure out how to piece it all together to get the larger picture. And it's every day when I wake up, which my brain, I enjoy that. But I would say this morning was a little bit more challenging to piece things together. 4-hour lower highs everywhere is what we're looking for. But how do we get there, and how can we anticipate this blank space over here, the right side of the chart, which is the most important part of the chart, is anticipating what is going to happen or the more likely scenario. So I would say it was definitely more challenging this morning. Hey, Jorge. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. If you don't follow me on Twitter, here's my profile, Chart Gal Lori. We, the Chart Guys, published a Trader's Chat. It was my first in what I hope to be a series of sitting down with other traders and just talking about their journey, getting tips and tricks for y'all. And I'm always looking for tips and tricks for myself, actually. So it was really fun. If you want to watch this video, Trader's Chat with Sarah, she's just such an interesting lady, and I'm so glad to call her my friend. But that was really, really cool interview. I should say really cool. That's like bragging on myself. I'm not bragging on myself. It was cool to chat with her. She's the cool one. Hey, John. Hey, Mustang. We will get started in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Dan's just posting in the room, which is the benefit of being a Chart Guys member, is that you can see cool things like, oh, thank you so much, Tom. I forgot to publish the pregame link. Thank you. Let me publish that now. Well, the cool thing about being a Chart Guys member is I just saw Dan, Charting Man Dan, post in short setups that Apple and Google are looking for hourly lower highs, and that could be a good top fish setup. Where would it happen? Let's see. What's the most likely scenario? I'm going to use regular trading hours. 151.29. If we stay below that, that could be an hourly bear flag for Apple. So I actually like that setup. All right, it's 6:30. Let's get to chatting about the market. So my screen, let me clear this out. This is my chart setup, clearing out, clearing out. So what I'm looking at is this 4-hour time frame on all of our Fab 4 futures. And I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community, and we teach technical analysis. I do this every morning, and when I'm not here, Chart Guys Jason, he covers, and he does a great job too. And we cover Fab 4 futures, the commodities, cryptos, and movers and shakers of the morning. It is our goal to get you ready for the day. Does that mean I'm going to map out exactly what's going to happen? No, my magic 8-ball's in the shop. But I'm going to give you the more likely scenarios so you're ready and a more prepared trader. It was interesting, the chat that I did have with Sarah. I would say the most interesting fact that came out of that interview is that she attributes 90% of her time and her trading success is in chart prep. She spends 90% of her time in chart prep. And I think that is amazing, because I tell y'all all the time, y'all see my alerts, these orange lines. This one's actually an old one, but I prepare by setting my alerts, studying lots and lots of hours of studying. And I think that is key to your success. If you just roll out of bed today, and this is the first time you're looking at charts since Friday, when you shut down your broker platform, that may be a problem. The first thing you should do on the weekend, in my opinion, is forensics. Looking back at the last week, what were you good at? What did you stink at? What are you going to work on the next week? What setups are really clicking for you? What charts are clicking for you? Where is your flow? That is the most important thing for me on Saturday morning, is to do forensics on the prior week. Then the next thing is start looking forward. Okay, what's the overall macro? What's the 50,000 foot level of the market? And then start drilling down to charts that you like, setups that you like, and setups that work for you. Not all setups are alike, and not all setups work for everyone. So that is what I took away from the interview with Sarah, is chart prep. So that's my goal today, is get you ready for the trading day. So we have, let's use this little path thing. We have this 4-hour downtrend on SPY. It's clear. So if you are a member of Chart Guys, you've heard Charting Guy Lamont talk about looking left. And looking left just means you look at prior support that could act as resistance and so on. So 447925 was the low of Thursday. So stay with me here. On our Fab 4 futures, we're looking at the 4-hour charts on all 4, and I'm going to compare all of them, and you're going to see a difference on the RTY chart. Something is different. So on ES, we have a 4-hour downtrend. Prior support, the low of Thursday, we have not quite tested. We're $3, $2, whatever, $3.50 below it. So that would be a resistance. Why? Why is this a resistance when it's a prior support that we went through? It's where a lot of volume went off. So you've seen charts where people do the visible range over here where they do volume shelves, and it's where volume went off at certain price levels. I don't need that on my chart to tell me that a lot of volume went off here. Why? Because price pivoted. In order to pivot, it needs volume. For the price to change direction, volume has to come in and change it. It takes force, this force to change it. So 4477925 is a key level for ES today for me. Prior support acting as resistance. Is this where we stop? I don't know. Let's go look at the fibs. So we are at a 50% retrace. So that really makes sense. Now, this 447925 here matches up with a 50% retrace. We could get a pause in that level. So just be aware of that. And this bounce is happening on very low volume because overnight we don't get a lot of volume. So when the market opens, that's when the volume steps in, and that's when we really find out who's thinking what, the bulls and the bears. Okay, so ES, we are still below Thursday's low. Got it? Okay. NASDAQ, we are still below Thursday's low. Got it? Okay. YM, we are still below Thursday's low. Got it? All right. We almost tested it. RTY, we are above Thursday's low. IWM is different. It is different. So you see this 222. This is an errant line. Sorry about that. Get a little excited when my magnet is on. So 2225 was the low of Thursday, and Friday we did not break that low. So IWM is stronger than the other four. We are above Friday's low and we are above Thursday's low. So this one is different than the other three. So I'm looking for 2 RTY for leadership today, meaning the small caps, the AMCs of the world, the PEN, all of those small cap, mid-sized stocks that make up this index. I'm looking to them for leadership, meaning I'm not looking to Apple for leadership. I'm not looking to Amazon for leadership. I'm looking to RTY. Okay, now we have a roadmap. So NASDAQ, 15545, that is that key low from Thursday that's coming into play today as a resistance. YM, 34732, we came within $3 of it. RTY, we are above Thursday's low. I'm trying to give you another resistance. Let's just use fibs. 50% retrace 2250. So it may be hairy for the bulls to be able to push up over these EMAs on that first try. It may be a little hard to do. So on the hourly, your resistance is 2249 and 2254. Support 2228 and 2226. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I'm super bullish on RTY. What I am saying is I'm looking to it for leadership. And here's something that really stuck out to me this week. I know a lot of TCGers don't use the daily 50 MA, and that's okay. You are free to use. It's a free country. Use whatever moving average makes your little heart happy. But I like that we're sitting on this daily 50 MA. The daily 50 MA is this yellow line. Let's go look at SPY. SPY, the last 8 times we have tested the 50 MA, we have held. 50 MA is typically a buying opportunity, and that's what I'm looking at for IWM. We got up and over it. Now we're coming back to test it. And if I promise you, wherever you're sitting, if you're sitting at a crappy job somewhere, Lord knows I've sat at those crappy jobs too, and you're like, I want to get out of this place. I promise you, you could make a living buying the daily 50 MA on any name when it's tested it from the top. You can make a living doing that and say, that's my system. I'm so simple-brained. I'm so simple-minded. I'm just only going to buy daily 50 MA retest from the upside, and you can make a living doing that because it is a strong level where we see algos step in time and time and time again. So again, that's why I'm looking at RTY for leadership. Man, I'm long-winded this morning. I'm so sorry, guys. You are getting the chatty Cathy version of Lori. All right, gold. We have 4-hour downtrend. This looks pretty bear flaggy. You have support at 1784, 1785, 1783. Resistance 1795 and 1806. This does not look good. Yeah, that daily bear flag is still in play here. We have not broken this low of 1783. We got close overnight. Oil. I like to back up on oil. I took you through this last week, so you've heard me say it over and over. I'm so sorry, but I think repetition is good for the soul, especially good for the trading soul. So we have a monthly bull flag potential. We have weekly downtrend with very little follow through. So it's looking even more likely with the overnight action that we have a monthly bull flag. So on the daily, we got up and over 70.61. We know oil likes to have bull breaks and then pull back with commodities. It happens all the time. It's something you have to be aware of. So we are up at resistance. You have support at 69.93, 69.84, 69.51. So above 70.78, your next resistance is, right here, 70.81. That was a level where price closed, 71.96, 73.95. Okay, Bitcoin. I have not looked at Bitcoin all morning. Shame on me. So we have a potential 4-hour bear flag on Bitcoin. Support 44197, 44140 on the hourly. Your next resistance is, we just got through it. It's way up at 46298. 45029. So this level came into play overnight. Again, looking at prior supports that could act as resistance. Ethereum, we had a big hourly range the prior hour. We have 20 minutes until this candle closes. So we have an inside bar forming. It's not an inside bar until it closes. So right now it's 640. This will close in 20 minutes. And right now it's staying within the prior hour's range. Resistance 3257, support 3177. Next resistance 3297. And I didn't mention at the beginning, I always try to remember to say this, is I'm not watching the chat. We have moderators in there that mod it. If you have any questions, they are awesome. They will help you with whatever you may need. I can't mod it and rip through these charts at the same time. Everything's a hot ghetto mess. You know what, Black Beauty Machine? I like that. It's a hot ghetto mess today. No good picks. That's pretty funny. Okay. ATER. Okay, this one had 5 million. What is it? Okay, 6.1 million in volume so far. And that's not dollars, that's share count. So for dollars, you would have to multiply that times 12. So about $72 million worth of volume. I would say this is pretty important today. It's going to be volatile. Okay, so you say, Lori, I don't have a position in this. So am I telling you to buy? Heck no, don't buy up here. Dogs get ran over when they chase cars. We don't chase stocks. But this could have some good volatility. So what I do is I just write this down on my trading notebook and say, okay, I like this name. It's got a lot of pre-market volume, which means we're going to have some volatility today. And you just wait for those little cute tightening ranges. You wait for the tightening ranges. Or you could use the stair-step pattern that Dan talked about in this weekend's YouTube video. It was a pretty awesome video. So on this one, 4 hour. Okay, we've got higher lows. We got a lot of green candles. When we break this, what does it look like on the daily? Daily's much clearer. On the daily, we have higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. When this train stops, and it will stop, because we always, and you rarely hear me use the word always, we always get mean reversion. Always. You can write that down. Always. Now, price, 21 EMA will come up to meet price. So it doesn't mean we're going to fall back to $7.19. It will come up and meet price, but we always get mean reversion. So it will stop. The music will stop. Just make sure you have a chair before it stops. And then you could take a short on this daily higher low pattern and then put your stop above that high. And that YouTube video, if someone could put the link, I don't know if you can do that in chat, of Dan's video from this weekend. It was pretty sweet. All right, so ATER, lots and lots of volatility, and I cleaned it off, but I remember 1538. 1538 is that resistance right here over the pre-market high. Pre-market high 1501. Be big. Be big has 1.3 million, so $13 million worth of volume. Nice tightening range. So these names, I don't know what they do. I don't care what they do. I have no idea. So I don't know if this is a pump and dump. It's had a lot of shorts on it, a lot of Reddit focus, but the music will stop on this name as well. We just don't know when. So we have a nice tightening pattern. Resistance 1098, 1170. That's from the 4 hour. Support 1025, 963. Coin with a 1.5 billion, and I have my pinky up to my finger when I say that. $1.5 billion dilution. That is huge. So a lot of times bad news or good news will hit stocks and then it's digested later, and they try to figure out, is that bad? Like with Apple and that lawsuit Friday, was that bad or was that good? Dilution is never good. That means that they're creating more shares out of thin air and diluting the stock that people currently own. They own less of it. They woke up this morning and they own less of it than what they thought they had because of dilution. So Support 245.30, 238.30. I would love a bounce. And then y'all know what we do on that 2 minute. I got to draw it. Every time I feel bad for making y'all watch me draw this every day. But I get people saying that it helps them. So sorry. So I'm going to have to add a candle at the beginning of this. So if we get any little bounce on coin, use that stair step strategy. I like to call high of low bar or low of high bar break. And once we break below the low of that high bar, you can put your stop above that high and short it. I'm looking short on coin. So I want you to take a mental image of this. It's really important to anticipate the right side of the screen and don't just, I thought of another word, y'all, because 2 weeks ago I said y'all bounce around like a rabbit on crack, a crack rabbit. And I got some pushback because that could be negative, because I know a lot of people do suffer from addiction, and I'm so sorry. I was not trying to be disrespectful, but thought of another name, crash test dummy. Don't be a crash test dummy and just flit and jump into trades here and there. Have a plan, have a visual, use your EMAs, use your candles, use volume, and most importantly, just use price action. You can do this. Trading is hard, but very simple. I know that doesn't make sense, but it's true. IRNT. Lots and lots of attention. This is a newer IPO, isn't it? I don't know if it actually started in back here, or was this some other ticker and then it's IPO here? I don't know. New name, lots of attention. So we could have a tightening range on this one that could be tradable. And I say could because it's not tight enough yet. I want it to bounce up, come back. Lots of FinTwit mention on this IRNT. So look for tightening ranges to trade. Kroger had earnings, bearish earnings reaction on Friday. Tons of upgrades this morning. It's a Buffett stock, and guess what? It's sitting on the 50 MA. Sitting on the 50 MA. Could be a bear flag, so we have to be careful. But I'd like the risk to reward of bottom fishing 41.92. Bottom fishing 41.92 on Kroger. I like the risk to reward going long. I'm going to go to this chart because it just reminded me of this. Okay, SDC. This chart has so much trauma. We're bottom fishing for a monthly high or low. That is the setup. Has high short interest, it's high risk, and it's a damaged chart. So this morning I was trying to think of an analogy to share with y'all on these damaged charts. Think about that girl that you dated, and she was so damaged. She had baggage on top of baggage on top of baggage, but man, she was cute. So you dated her and you had to sit there and listen to her cry about her ex-boyfriend, cry about that ex-boyfriend, cry about that one, cry. But she was still cute. She had potential. Well, that's SDC. SDC is damaged. It's cute. Has a pretty smile, ha ha ha, Smile Direct Club, but it is damaged. We've got to go through all this emotional baggage overhead to deal with any potential bounce. But you're getting her while she's damaged and she's cute, and once y'all sort through that on the therapy couch, she could be awesome wife later. So that's what we're looking for in SDC. She's got a cute smile. We are at the bottom of this monthly inside bar, and we're going to have to live through some trauma up here and pay for therapy, but it does have some potential, and it has a very low risk, meaning that you're closer to support, but a high risk of getting stopped out. I hope that makes sense. So hourly, $5.12. Would love a bottom fish there, and maybe put the stop around $5 for a bottom fish on the SDC. Okay, now I'm going back to Katos. Katos had news. They got a government contract. Oh, that really just really struck a coin with a lot of you, huh? The emotional trauma. I always say, how thick is her psych chart? When I had my brother or male friends would come to me, and I would say, okay, how thick's her psych chart? Is it 1 inch, 2 inch? And that would tell me if they should date. I'm going to shut up now. Okay, so the high this morning, 24.50, then 24.57. I like buying a high of low bar on this one. So we have our candles, and they pull back, and they pull back, and they pull back, and break the high of low bar for a potential long. But this one spiked pretty hard on this news, so this could be baked in already in pre-market. So caution on this one. I don't like it as much now that I see how big it's up. Nvidia, I like to the long side. Potential weekly bull flag. Look at that bull flag. Isn't that beautiful? So last week's volume, just a reminder, we only had 4 trading days last week, so this is only 80% of a normal bar, yet it was still low. I would say that was a win for the bulls last week, a big win. So potential weekly bull flag, and we have a 4-hour squeeze. So I like this to the long side. It could, come on, pull back. We need it to pull back. If it could pull back to around 225.75, would love a long. Use that high of low bar approach. Roku, yeah, I'm over here with this damaged chart as well. She is damaged. So we got therapy ahead of us, but we have a monthly EQ that I adore. And I'm not counting this 490.76 as a bull break. I mean, $3 on a $400 stock is not a bull break. So this is a monthly EQ. I'm looking for that monthly high or low, and I'm hoping 323.50 would hold. So let's look at RSI levels. So on the daily, it's approaching oversold. We're at 33, and I was looking earlier. 317 would be that area where daily would be oversold, but we would be breaking this support. So I can't wait for daily oversold. Would love a bottom fish of 323.50. 323.50, I like it to the long side. But man, dude, these bulls have a lot to prove, huh? Remember back here, we played this pop, lock, and drop it. So they pop and drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, drop, pop, drop. And we were looking for a change in character. And man, that was an awesome trade. And then that top fish was another awesome trade that I did not take, this one. But let's see if it can have a change in character. I'm looking for Roku to the long side for my IRA swing. So when I'm giving y'all setups, some of them are opening ranges. Some of them I'm just looking for tightening patterns for a day trade. Other ones I'm looking for swing trade. Roku swing trade. Went over the smile. Tesla. So Tesla had bad news Friday. They had good news this weekend about the $12,500 whatever credit. So we are still looking for a weekly higher low on any pullback, and we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 724.20. So I like Tesla to the long side, but I need to give the bulls time to get Friday out of their system. So this might not be a trade for today. That range was pretty big. If we open up within this range, which we are now, then we may get an inside bar. So I'm watching it. I'm putting it on notice and saying, okay, I'm watching this. And then I'm going to wait for an inside bar, and I may just sell an iron condor on Tesla. Matter of fact, I like that plan a lot. So let's see. That is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Yeah, if we could get to around 745 and we don't have Momo and we're going sideways, I may sell an iron condor. Because 50% retrace would mean we're probably going to stay inside today. UPST, John's charts, he is awesome in the TCG room. We have a lot of awesome members, I must say. And he is looking for an hourly lower high compared to 29423. I like this for a short with this potential 4-hour bear flag. Now this name has been a runner. So we're looking for a winner chicken dinner for this to pull back on the stair step pattern, looking for a 4-hour bear flag, hourly lower high, top fish 276. Give me a pop. Don't be pig-headed with names like this, because they will run you over. If these bulls take this and go, then let them have it. But once these high of low bars or low of high bars start breaking, we get a break, you can short it and put your stop over the high of day. Okay. Sorry. A little yawn there. Okay, Dan will be live in 7 minutes, and if you're a TCG member, you can hop on over there in 7 minutes, and he will answer whatever chart request you have. So CVX, I am not a trend line person. I'm not, but I have one on my chart, so I guess I'm a liar. CVX, this is one strong weekly downtrend. And I typically don't like XLE, because with XLE, you need SPY and oil going in the same direction to help you. Well, I don't like depending on two men. I just want to depend on one man, SPY. So With XLE, I typically avoid it, but this is such an obvious downtrend that even somebody from Mars can see this line. So if we were to get a candle close above this line, I would like to swing it long. CVX, that's the strongest one for me. XLE on the daily, you can see this as well. So with oil, monthly bull flag, nat gas is super bullish. I'm looking at this sector to go long, and I like CVX the most because it's such a clear Mars line. QQQ. Here are your levels. SPY, and by the way, I throw these up at the end every time, and you can just screenshot it if you want to see what the levels are if you don't have them. I suggest you always draw your own levels, and you check them with somebody like Dan or check with my levels, but I like really do it on your own. We're trying to teach you how to fish here. We're not trying to give you fish. All right, what are your requests? Microsoft. Microsoft had a potential weekly bull flag, and then Friday just gave up the ghost. Friday, it lost its 29683, and it's reversing right now in pre-market. Let's see what the bulls can do. I cannot, with good conscience, tell you to ever short Microsoft. I mean, what a chart. I mean, it will have consolidation. It will one day, but not today. It doesn't look like it. All right. Okay. Airbnb. All right, last one. Airbnb. Your next weekly resistance is up at 183. Not going to get there today. Nice bullish move. Pulling back. Just healthy consolidation so far. Hourly loss. We need to hold 160.83. 160.83 needs to hold for this just to be healthy consolidation. It just got trampled Friday. Actually, it held up better than most. It was only down 0.48%. So I don't know if it had news this morning, but 160.83 is key level to hold. That's it for me. Thank you for joining. Bring a friend tomorrow. Dang it. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you. Use stop losses.